Hi everyone. So here I am back in front of the camera, kind of properly-ish, for what seems like forever. And I only have a little bit of inkling to do this, but I can feel it start coming in. If you guys have followed me before, you know that I love being in front of the camera, yoga-wise, videos. I love to give it the old chin wag. So I wanted to share, felt inspired to share today a little bit more about what's going on for me and my journey. So you probably know that I haven't been on the scene. So those of you that are my yogis, I've missed you a lot. I've really, really missed you. I used to see loads of my students week in, week out for ages, and really loyal, diehard students and fans. I'd like to say fans. I'm fans of you as well. Would come to workshops and classes and retreats and days and all sorts of things with me, and I just loved it. And I'm going to get a bit emotional here. I started feeling really unwell, and that's been my journey for the last 18 months. I stopped teaching classes about 17 months ago or something, a long time ago, and had to give it up. It was kind of a bit of an intervention. I think Sean was watching me deteriorate in my health and still try and run everything. Kind of ran a retreat, and after the retreat I was really, really unwell. I absolutely loved doing it, but you can imagine there's quite a lot of energy expenditure and holding space and stuff, and I was already unwell and just trying to cover it up and hide it and be shiny Susie, and I had to stop. So thank the universe that I feel like I'm at the turning point. It has been a long old time of trying to figure out, Sean knows this, he's here behind the camera supporting me today, my love, of trying to figure out what the F was wrong. Like, I can't describe to you, and I wouldn't have been able to understand this. So those that haven't been chronically unwell, it's difficult for this to land really, unless you've really experienced being ill, like insanely ill, and having no clue what is causing it, and it just going on and on and on. It's life-changing, it really is. And I'm actually grateful. I'm at the point now, and I was feeling this as we went through at times, that I'm actually grateful for the gift of that this has brought me. The big, big, big gift, and the transformation that I'm still going through this transformation in front of my eyes, watching myself change and reassess every part of myself and what I did and who I am, and pick the parts that really want to shine forward, and the parts of me that I've let die, that I need to let die, that I need to not do anymore, that I need to love and accept, but have played their part and can move on. How often do we get a chance to do that in life? Think about the treadmill, the hamster in a wheel. That's really how I felt. And it's this opportunity to kind of go like, okay, enough, stop. What are we going to do going forward? But to rewind a little bit, I didn't actually know for a while there was a bit of a hopelessness. There wouldn't be a going forward. I mean, at one point I actually thought I was just going to get so unwell that I would die. Yeah, it's been hard. It's been real dark, and I'm really, 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 really happy that finally there's some glimmer of hope and light in that darkness. And I'm really, really grateful to the people that continue to be around me, mostly Sean, for being here and being my carer for nearly 18 months. And ongoing, because he still does a lot of stuff for me now that I can't do, and still am not able to be on full burn. And he wouldn't let me anyway, because he's aware that you can't just get better and go full steam ahead. But that constancy of someone loving you and holding space in your darkest times, you can't do anything. There's all the things that you bring to that person, like helping them and growing and being a support, and the things that you do in life together and the adventures you have and the fun you have, that's all gone. So we still had our essence and our fun, but the essence of me being like a partner and a support and being the, you know, the to and fro you do in a relationship, I couldn't do that. I did it in a kind of supportive way to the best of my ability, but he had to take over doing everything, like caring for me. And most recently, after my operation, literally caring for me, literally washing me and getting me up out of bed and feeding me. Yeah. My mum was fabulous as well. Has really helped take care of the house and me as well, which has been amazing. And my close friends, Brian, Leah, Sam, my family, like you all know who you are, those people that are really in it, and my tribe and my people. And I'm so grateful for that. In amongst all that though, you do get isolated. Yeah, you can't show up for friendships and family the way that you normally do. You're not the person that you are or were. So what do you do when you can't socialise with people, you can't hang out with them, and you're not even strong enough to have a phone call with them? Can you see how a lot of it just drops away? So you really see the core couple of people that are in your life, and some people don't have that when they get chronically ill. So I'm really, really grateful. I couldn't have got through this without you, Sean. So I also couldn't have got through it without this grit and deep trust that this was for a reason. You know, I was burning myself out. I run my own business and I absolutely love what I do. I love it with all my heart. But my nature means that I prove myself and I keep giving and giving and giving until there's nothing left. So I run a charity, as you guys know, and at the moment that doesn't mean very much, doesn't equate to very much, but it was equating to quite a lot, and it's been a lot of work. And I was then teaching yoga and going to classes at night and creating websites and retreats and workshops and constantly marketing and sharing and editing stuff. I was doing my own video editing and stuff back then as well. So it was all a lot. And at first I just thought it was burnout, but I thought it was burnout, and it was in part. So I go forward now with a different way of being, and one that I'm still learning, where I don't try and do everything, and I'm asking to offer from my soul only. So it means that as I come back into the world of being able to offer all the amazing things that I practice myself and want everybody in the world to experience, like cold water swimming, wild swimming, like yoga, like meditation, like well-being in your everyday life, like Ayurveda, like, you know, having your lemon and water and getting your feet on the ground, all those things that make me who I am, like a complete well-being nut. I want to share those things, but going forward it's going to look different. I don't know what it's going to look like yet, but it will look different. So those of you know that have followed my story know that I recently had an operation. I had my breast implants removed. I'd been detoxing from mold toxicity for a long time, diagnosed with ME, primary ovarian insufficiency, so ovary shut down, all these things that are like massive things. You know, one, for someone just being told that you may not have working ovaries at the age of, I was 33 at the time, it's pretty massive. So then with ME and chronic fatigue syndrome and adrenal fatigue, all these things just mold toxicity possibly as a cause. It's been a lot, and the whole time just feeling like I'm trying to like, well, what do I do for that, and what do I do for that, and what do I do for that? And I started to get to the point where I was really surrendering a lot more. I kind of got my flow with detoxing, knowing that I was doing something to my body to detox toxins, knowing I was really sensitive to everything. So trying to rein in my cocoon at home. When we travelled, I was cocooned up. Went on a flight, my last flight, and had an episode of like seizures on the flight. So really reining things in, and then I came to the realisation that it could be breast implant illness as well. So this was something at first when I found out that I denied, and I'm sharing this story in long form a little bit because I think it's really important. I actually found out about it from someone sharing like this, that she'd been really unwell with very similar symptoms to me. And I remember seeing it and mentioning it to Sean, obviously, and to my friend Helen, a few other people, and I kind of asked my body, is this what it is? And I didn't feel like I got a yes, like I wasn't a unanimous yes. The reason why I was worried about it so much was because breast implants can actually get mouldy. So I thought my breast implants were saline filled, and the stopper can be problematic and they can actually get mould inside. And I knew that I was dealing with high levels of mould toxins in my body. And so it kind of like rang a bell. And that was about 8 months ago from now, 7 months ago from now. So anyway, fast forward a few months later, I saw another story about somebody being unwell with breast implant illness, and I'd followed a couple of Instagram pages, and it just resonated with me. And I think I got to the point where I was like, I can't rule anything out, and this is twigging something. It's like my body is familiar with it. So I just knew there was something there. So I immediately made appointments with a couple of surgeons. I did some research. I went on some groups with all these women who were unwell or who had been unwell and immediately got better from having them removed. And I said to Sean, I'm going to go to a surgeon and I'm going to do this. And I'd already decided before I went to see the surgeon. So we saw two. The second guy, David Floyd, blew my mind with his energy. And he said that 80% of the women that he sees, that he explants, and he does predominantly explants now, that means removing implants, get immediately better. And we walked out of the meeting for the first time in like a year with actual hope that I could do something and help myself be better. And I just knew I was saying yes. I hadn't even got an invoice about it, how much it was going to be yet. I knew it was going to be a lot, but I wanted to see the best of the best. And he was like one of the top, if not top, in the UK for this. He knows what he's doing. This is what he does all day long. So the complication was that I had my implants in because I had tuberous breast. You can Google that. We can share a picture of what that kind of means. But it means your breasts don't develop properly. It's a breast abnormality. And so I'd hidden my breasts for a long time and eventually gone to see a doctor, and they said, yeah, you are eligible for surgery. I was really, really skinny at the time. I was in my mid-late 20s, really, really, really lean. So I couldn't have fat transfer to fill the parts of my breast that hadn't developed properly. So the routine was implants. So I went ahead and did it. And it changed my life. It did. I know how the world points at aesthetics, especially for women, and that can eat up at us if there's something not quite right. Now, I don't condone that and I don't judge it either. Like, we have to have a line that we draw because otherwise we just become not real. But having a real like deformity, and having that corrected or covered over, it is with implants, really gave me the confidence that I'd lacked because I'd been so aware that somebody might notice. Fast forward to now, I knew that if they took them out, the problem could still be there. But he knew what he was doing. He'd done operations before and offered me a lift at the same time as having the implants removed. So fast forward to the decision and the operation day, and it was a 5-hour surgery in the end. Really big stuff. Having to scrape all the scar capsule off my ribs was one of the most disgusting parts of what I was told after, because your body is basically trying to get that implant out. I had capsulitis, so inflammation of the scar capsule that encases the implant. So basically the implants go in and your body creates a scar capsule, like a barrier around it, because it knows it's a foreign body, and then continuously hurls white blood cells at this capsule. It's not a natural thing to do. Putting something plastic and silicone in our body is the most ridiculous thing in the world, really. If you told somebody from somewhere else that, an alien came down, you said, oh yeah, I just popped some toxic plastic over my heart space, they'd think you're pretty nuts. But it's become normal, right? And I'm not saying anyone that has them is nuts. I'm saying that this whole cultural normalization of it and just doing it for any problem has got to stop. And I didn't get any single warning. No one told me this could toxify you. The silicone is going to shed off these implants and slowly poison you as you get older. I mean, that is what it should say. That should be the warning. And we should also be asking ourselves if we can support women with mental health support if they come to us wanting implants for whatever reason. I know women that have been suicidal and on antidepressants and have gone to private clinics and been given implants. That isn't okay. So my voice now is that I want to share that and I want to say that. And this isn't just about my journey, so really thank you for listening, but it's also about like, why do you have that journey and what do you do with it? And for me, it's really changing my life so that I can be someone who's grounded and peaceful and living my dharma, what I came here to live, and let that shine into the world so that others can do the same. Guiding you in learning your lessons and your dharma. This is what I'm here for. I know it in all of my being, but also sharing my story, because so many people keep quiet about this. Since I've had it, I've had women that I know message me saying they just had their implants out or they've been unwell and they don't know what to do. I'm inundated from one single post I did about it. So women are suffering quietly out there. So please don't suffer quietly. Do message me. I can put you in touch with the forums and the groups of women coming together to get this changed and get the information out there. But what I would like to boldly announce is that I feel flipping amazing since it's still a slow improvement, but I had no improvement for a year. So since August 2022, probably July, I reached my worst point. We were in Bulgaria and I was just going downhill and I just got awful. I wasn't doing anything and it just reached the point where I couldn't do anything. And we got home, and since then, I pretty much didn't leave the house. We went on a holiday and that was hard, amazing to be there and really, really beneficial to be in the sun, but a big thing to do. And other than that, I've really not done anything. I've not seen people. My nervous system cannot take being around a lot of people. And yesterday I saw almost all of my family in one go, which I haven't done. I didn't even do that for my birthday last year. So over a year, I haven't done that for everybody together properly like that and actually be able to take part and be there. And yes, I was knackered after, so I need to rein it back a bit. But I was able to be around my family and today with my friends and go for a walk. So since I had my operation, I was immediately felt relief. Now, how is that possible when you've just had major open chest surgery to feel better than you have for a year? It's phenomenal. So something's definitely shifted. There was a huge relief. My body knows it. All that inflammation gone, whatever was toxifying me, because they weren't ruptured, they didn't have any problem. My implants were fabulous. My boobs looked amazing. And I'm pleased to say that the surgeon was able to really care for my boobs and help with the shape, the deformity, the abnormality. I'm not going to say deformity because that's not right. And I've just come out of this on top of the world, really. I feel really, really, really blessed to have the support to be able to do this financially, and to be able to have the support at home for someone to care for me, but to be able to come out of this and feel like I might actually have my life back now. It's just amazing. I get all teary and excited. I need to calm down. Anyway, slow journey. I'm taking it slow, little by little. I'm doing brain retraining on top of that. Really, really important if you've had any kind of shock to your system. I've been in fight or flight for a long time whilst I've been unwell, to address our brain rewiring problem as well. Like, we all get stuck on stuff. If you've been chronically ill, your brain is probably ticking over in fight or flight mode, or freeze. So it's really important to deal with that too. So I'll say more about that in another video if you want to hear about that. But yeah, what a ride. And it's still going on, but I can safely say that I'm improving. I can do things. I went for a walk with Sean when we were in Wales last week. I was able to go for a holiday with my family, and I was able to go camping with Sean for the first time in like 2 years. Actually camping, help put the tent up, sleep in a tent, walk down a steep hill to the beach, swim, and then walk back up. I couldn't walk anywhere. The last time I went out for a walk before this, Sean had to piggyback me to a seat on the Malvern Hills so that I could see a view. I have not been able to leave the house, not even for a 5-minute walk. So, thank the universe. I'm so grateful for you all here listening. This is a long video, but This is me pouring my heart out for my own journey, as well as hopefully helping someone else or inspiring you to know that even in your most darkest moments, when you feel like you might not live, you might not carry on, you might not ever be able to do anything ever again, and you've been doing that for a year, 18 months, longer, please hear it from me that there is hope. There is. There's always a cause. There's always things we can do on our mental health, which I'm a massive advocate for. Our internal world, which for most people in this modern world is running at too high a, worry, anxiety rate. There are ways to bring it down. There are practices, there are things can help you. And do not be on your own. Reach out. Do not think that it's not possible, because I am living proof that you can be fit as a fiddle and something can get you and bring you down, and you can be bed/house ridden, and you can change it around. Like you can get your life back. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Sean, for being here with me and supporting me and sharing this really, really heartfelt video. Thank you all, and I literally cannot wait to see you all the people that I work with, and retreats, and come swimming with me and do yoga with me. I look forward to seeing you all. So a big, big kiss from me, and a namaste as always.